Hi, my name's Alex, but you may know me as Elixir if you've come over from my Facebook gaming page. This is my first ever YouTube video, and if you do know me from Facebook gaming, then you know that I'm completely new to streaming as well. So I thought I'd make a video for other people who are starting on their streaming journey with just 5 things that I didn't know when I first started and found it quite difficult to find answers on Google too. So that if you're in the same boat as me, this video might help you out. The first thing I'd like to talk about is Facebook groups and their use in the gaming community. Now, if you're like me and you've only used Facebook groups for either work, or if you come to uni, you'll probably be put into a flat finder group. You may find it quite strange to use Facebook groups for anything else. But when you familiarise yourself with other streamers' pages, you'll quickly learn that streamers use their groups linked to their page to connect with their viewers. Some even have multiple groups. They'll have one for their followers, one for their supporters, and then they might even have a third one for sharing other people's streams. I only have one because I'm still small time, but they are used. Every streamer uses Facebook groups for connecting with their viewers, basically. Facebook groups are great for communicating with your viewers more regularly. So I use mine for letting them know when I go live, asking them for feedback, posting funny memes, polls, things like that really. So I don't need to clog up my main Facebook page's timeline with things like questions. You can also invite your group members to play games with you, and you can send them Discord codes and codes to games through the group as well. So basically, you should create a group when you reach the Level Up programme. You may find it a bit odd at the start if you've never created or used a group like this before. I know I definitely doubted that people even wanted a push notification every time I went live, but it seems like they do, and it's a great way of communicating with your followers more regularly as well when you're not live. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, I spent a long time worrying about and Googling as well, with not much luck on getting answers. So I had to put it in here just in case anyone else is in the same boat as I was, so that it can help them out as well. Fortunately, within the first week, I was able to tick all of the boxes except for the Facebook community guidelines one. And because it was the only box that wasn't ticked, I was quite worried that I'd violated one of their rules. Well, basically, I say bloody and bugger a lot in my streams, mainly because I'm British and also I die all the time. So I was Googling it all week, worrying about if I'd violated one of their rules, so I couldn't get on the Level Up programme. And nowhere could I find on Google that it tells you not to worry, because the box gets ticked at the end of the 2 weeks, obviously if you haven't violated any of their rules, but it doesn't get ticked before the 2 weeks. So if you are the same as me, then please don't worry. Please don't worry yourself until the 2 weeks are up, because it will get ticked if you haven't violated the rules. I've just realised that cushion thing was upside down the entire time. So if you realise that that's switched the right way up halfway through, that is why. It has. The next thing that I want to discuss is just in here because it wasn't what I expected when I first started, and that is the comment section or the chat in each of your streams. I didn't have much experience watching streamers prior to starting this. I'd seen a few on Twitch, and when I first downloaded the Facebook gaming app, I looked at quite a few streamers there, so I knew a chat existed and I knew that people would talk to you while you were live, but I just assumed that only happened when you reached a certain amount of followers. But it actually happens pretty much straight away. It did throw me a bit because my first stream was of a horror game, which it's not a popular game on Facebook gaming, so it was literally just my friends watching. But my second stream I did was of Fall Guys, and at the moment that's quite a popular game on Facebook gaming. So within minutes I had essentially random people watching and commenting in the comments saying, "Hi, I'm from blah blah blah," and introducing themselves. And it did throw me a little bit at first. I was like, do I talk to them? I mean, of course you talk to them, but if you've not done that before, it does feel quite weird. Within a couple of days, you definitely get used to it very quickly, actually. And I think now I'd be considered as quite a chatty streamer, which I think is a good thing, because I get a lot of people coming in and commenting saying that they're happy they found a talkative streamer, etc, etc. I can literally talk the hind legs off a donkey. So chat wise, really just be prepared to talk to people from the off. If you've seen somebody that's just followed you, encourage them to introduce themselves in the chat, ask how they are, where they're from, if they've had a good day, anything like that really. It seems that people like chatty streamers, even if you're not great at the game. And that would bring us on to my next point, which is mods. Mods are basically people who watch a stream and they help you manage your chat for you. They'll get rid of people who are being negative. They'll help drive the chat as well by reminding people to like and follow you. They can comment on as your page, and they can even reply to DMs for you as well, which is great because I suck at replying to people. Mods as a concept was completely alien to me. I didn't actually know they even existed until about a week into streaming. I was playing Fall Guys and all of a sudden the chat started blowing up. People were saying that I needed mods, etc, etc, and I was like, oh, what's happening? So I scrolled up a little bit and basically someone had started commenting like rude things, being negative. I can't even remember what they said now, but I completely panicked. I didn't know what to do. It never happened before. I didn't know what I was doing. Everyone that was watching knew I didn't know what I was doing, and it was complete shambles. I managed to get them off the stream and the page after a while in the end. But yeah, it was just a bit of a traumatic experience. Someone who had been really helpful and friendly from the offset basically messaged me after that ordeal and told me what mods were, and he usually mods for his girlfriend, but she was ill at the time, so he offered to help me out for a couple of weeks while she was getting better. And he also taught me how to set a profanity filter for your page. So basically any big bad words that people try to comment on your stream just get blocked out and the comment doesn't appear for anyone. If I can sort out the tech to show you how to set a profanity filter, I will insert that here.
So to set a profanity filter, all you need to do is go to your page, under manage page on the left hand side, go down to settings, click settings, and then it will bring you up with this page here. There should just be a profanity filter tab that you can click and then change to medium or strong. I just have mine on medium.
Now, I'm still quite small time, so I haven't really come across many issues with negative things yet, but something I will actually add is having conversations with your mods, especially if they're replying to DMs for you and commenting back to people as your page. Just making sure that they know how you like to respond to certain things, just so that all your responses to people are consistent. Just as an example, I had a conversation with my mods about how I like to respond to inappropriate DMs to the page. My tolerance for that sort of stuff's quite low. So we had a conversation and we sorted out the best way of how we were going to deal with that. In summary, basically, mods are great and it's really nice to have that support system there to help you, especially if you are like me, who is completely new to streaming. I know both my mods know way more than about streaming than I do, so it's been really nice to have their help as well. Some people say make sure you pick mods that you trust, but I essentially don't know who my mods are. They just seemed nice people who watched my streams and they offered to help at the time, and it's worked out fine for me so far. Touch wood, I'm sure it's fine. The last thing that I want to talk about is something that I've only picked up in the last couple of days, and that is the sounds that go with your alerts for likes, comments, stars, shares, stuff like that basically. At the start, I only used the default settings in Streamlabs OBS, minus the weird zombie thing. But this week I thought it was about time that I had some animations to go with them as well. So I spoke to a guy that we work with. He's a videographer, editor, I don't really know what you call them, but basically he made some really cool animations to go with my alerts basically. And he told me to pick out sounds to go with each one. Please don't do what I did and pick your favourite song to go on every single alert, people might not be that stupid, it might just be me, but I chose one song to go on every single one, and on my next stream that's all you could hear the entire stream, because if people liked something it'd play the song, if people followed it would play the song, if people did anything to engage with my stream it would play this song, and it got annoying for me and I love that song. So I had to end up basically muting all of the alerts for the entire stream because I'm not that techie, so I didn't know how to sort it out there and then. So pick a song for things like star donations or donations or something that's not a frequent occurrence, but for likes and follows, things that happen more regularly on your stream, maybe just pick a little small sound clip like a ding or something like that. So they are the 5 main tips that I particularly had struggles with or couldn't find answers to on Google when I looked. So if you are completely new to streaming, hopefully they helped you out. I also have a few just quick tips to add to that as well. The first quick tip I have is just putting in as much time as you can. It seems like the quickest time, or the most that you grow, is when you are going live. So try and put as much time as you can aside so that you can live stream. I've been trying to do 3 to 6 hours a day depending on what I'm doing that day. So yeah, basically just pummeling the hours and you will see some growth. The next quick tip is basically getting the dead space removed from your face cam in Streamlabs. When I did my first stream I had like the whole entire room with just me as a little dot in the middle in my face cam bit in Streamlabs, if you understand what I mean. So just like you can actually crop away the room and zoom yourself in so it's more like your head and your shoulders. It feels probably better to the viewers to actually be talking to you rather than a whole room. Obviously that depends on your setup. You might have a really cool room with like loads of backlights and stuff like that, or you might have a green screen. You may have a green screen as well, so you might not need to worry about this, but if you don't have any of that then just make sure it's just you in the camera. The next quick tip is having a goal countdown at the top of your screen while you're streaming. It's something that my first mod actually told me about, but basically I think it really helps remind people to follow you while they're watching your stream. Basically if you have like help me get to 1,000 followers and you're on 700 or something, it will come up with a progress bar of how close you are to your next goal. When I was getting to my first 1,000, my only 1,000, I haven't even got very much past that yet, but I was on 850 and I did a milestone stream where I wanted to reach the 1,000 followers, and I really think that having that bar at the top of the screen helps because people seem to like watching progress and ticking boxes, things like that. So I do really think it helps people be reminded that while they're there to follow you or like your page as well. This also leads into my next tip, which is inviting people to like your page after your stream's ended. So if I can show you how to do this, I shall insert it here.
So to invite people to like your page after you've finished streaming, you go down to your latest stream that you've finished, click the likes button. It's been grayed out because I've already done this, but it will let you invite people to like your stream who haven't already liked it, so you can just click them and go down all the way to bottom until you've finished.
I know I do that after every stream and I always pick up a few more followers from it as well. And lastly, but very importantly, make sure you are reaching out, making friends with and supporting other streamers as well. Because I'm used to connecting with people over Facebook anyway, it seems quite natural to do so when you are going through Facebook gaming. The whole community seems really friendly and supportive, and you can find other people that are just starting out too. I know that within the first week of starting, I found another girl streamer who had also started the same week as I did, and we've chatted and we've made friends, I think, and we always pop into each other's streams to show some support. It's really, really nice. You can also ask for advice and share experiences with other streamers because they're all in the same boat as you are. So make sure you are reaching out, making friends with and showing support to other streamers in the community. And that brings us to a close to my first ever YouTube video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you are like me and are completely new to this streaming world, I hope you've picked up some information from here that you perhaps didn't know already. If you have liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. But also please give me honest feedback in the comments and let me know what other sort of videos you'd like to see here. Also, don't forget to come and say hi on my Facebook gaming page, which I will link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.